Hello, hello. I think I fixed the left and right sound issue. So let's see what else is breaking. But hopefully everything is fine. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's see if a transition works, guys. Boom. Does anyone have any questions? Because I could really use a few comments. Yes. All right. What up, Billy? Thank you. How's the stream? Is it okay? I transitioned, not transitioned, but testing Streamlabs on my MacBook laptop, and it's the worst decision I've ever made in terms of using a MacBook because it cannot handle Streamlabs too well. I don't like how it disappears so fast on the chat box. I wonder if there's a way you could transition that better. Maybe 40, 30 seconds? I think 30 seconds is good. Boom. That's good, good, good. Do you like this UI better? Or I don't know if you've seen any of my other live streams, um, but I've kind of been using StreamYards, and usually I have like a chat functionality that comes up afterwards. What's weird is actually you wrote something, it didn't show up. Thanks. Let's see if this shows up. Yeah, I think that's expected. From my understanding, the using Streamlabs is a little bit laggy. I mean, even with StreamYards, actually, it's gonna be a little bit laggier, so that's always gonna come off a little late. But outside of that, I think just having the comments show up is pretty good. Yeah, 10 to 20 seconds is pretty normal from my um, experience. Cool, like even Nightbot shows up. Yeah, this is awesome. And now I could do like little like transitions. Like, look at this. I could do a video only. Could do like a little starting soon. So I do have Twitch. I created a Twitch called Tech Rally. There isn't really much to it at the moment, but I'm thinking about doing some live streaming on Twitch and just keeping YouTube strictly for YouTube. Unless everyone wants to kind of do everything here, then I could do that too. But I tried to, well, I wanted to do some live coding on Twitch, but my computer is so slow that I don't think it can handle it. I actually have a desktop computer, but I was just running into so many issues, so I was just hoping that this would work out. So it's nice to know that it is. And Billy, you are my saving grace because you're the only one on this stream right now. So thank you so much. You're just making this life a lot easier for me. Let's see if anyone else joins. But if not, that's cool too, because it's a Sunday. We can relax, we can chill out. All good, all good. Oh, this is really helpful. Thank you so much, Billy. How's your coding journey going? How was your weekend? I don't know. Is this train moving distracting? Should I just go video only? Is this better? My hair's getting so long, it's like coming off from the side. Ooh, do you want to try something for me, Billy? I don't know if this is gonna work, but can you, if you're already subscribed to my channel, can you unsubscribe and subscribe? I feel like something should come out, but I might be totally wrong. Finishing out HTML. I'm going to finish portfolio. So planning to apply within the coming week. That's awesome, man. Nice, nice, nice. That's, I mean, you gotta, that's the way you gotta start. Honestly, it's like if you, no, where's the alert box? See, that's what I expected to show up. This test alert box. Not quite there yet. It looks like. And also my face is covering. I think I need to put the alert box in front. Oh, there you go. Sweet. Now where do I put this? Do I want it to cover my face or keep it kind of lower? Let's see if I can make this. Maybe right here. I'm gonna create a test again. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, maybe I'll move it right here. All right, let's try one more time. Yeah, I think that's fine. Ooh. Thank you, thank you. You're like my you're like my test subject. If I didn't have you, I don't know how I would be able to do this. So thank you. Although I think my computer's dying. I don't think MacBooks were meant to use Streamlabs, to be honest. It's just so not efficient. Oh, do I want to buy a computer to do this? We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna try to do more live streams through here. Maybe either that or through Twitch. Who knows? But I'm hoping that this will save me a little bit more money because StreamYards is like $50 a month, and that adds up, yo. So the only problem with this one is that I can't have guests on live, and I don't know. Do you like it when I do one-on-one interviews live or pre-recorded? Because that actually will dictate whether or not I get the membership there. I guess I could keep both, but I don't know. It just feels kind of wasteful. But let's see. Video only. I do like the transitions on these Streamlabs. It's really nice and clean. And I can mess around here. I could do like a nice little stream is gonna start soon. Stream ending. Be right back. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a mixture will be nice. If I'm gonna use stream, I mean, I already paid for the annual, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to live with this. Maybe I'll invest in a computer or something and try to see if I can see what I can do there. Maybe I could use the desktop to do like more streaming on Twitch, and then I'll use YouTube for either one-on-one interviews and whatnot. But I do like the transitions. It's really nice and clean. Only problem is, oh, maybe I can add a chat box here. Let's see. Boom. Chat box. I'll just put it right behind my bed so it looks so you could actually see the. Yeah, yeah, he does Discord. I don't know actually how he does it. Maybe he's using. Maybe he's just recording on top of his screen. Who knows? But since the stream is relatively working fine, does anyone have any questions that I can answer? Looks like I have 5 viewers, including myself. And while I drink this cool little mug here of this bear. What up, Big B? Testing out Streamlabs. Hoping that it's just as good as StreamYards. I don't know. What do you guys think? Another thing is I noticed that, like, I think if I use StreamYards and if someone sends me a donation, StreamYards doesn't really give any type of like notification, which kind of sucks because you would think for a service that is as expensive as they are, they would have better transitions, but apparently they don't. So that's kind of why I wanted to experiment with other platforms because yeah. Nah, bro. Astros are cheaters. Just kidding. uh no, I actually really enjoy watching baseball, and I've been funny enough, the two teams that I like to watch, the Dodgers and the Yankees, both both I hate. I should hate the Astros for all the misery that they brought, but it's okay. It's just a game. Man, I really wish I had a topic to talk about, but I was so focused on just making sure this live stream worked fine that I don't really have anything to talk about. So, like, we're gonna be just chilling. Maybe this video will be deleted later. Who knows? But are you a Rockets fans too, Billy? Because they're not doing too hot. Actually, my old roommate was a big Astros fan as well because I used to live in Texas, in Austin actually, and he loved all the Texas teams, or I guess specifically the Houston teams. So, no, I get it. I get it. You gotta represent. I'm like semi watching my own stream, which is kind of awkward, but let's see. It really does feel like Streamlabs is very suited for Twitch streaming because you're like playing a game and you want to see the chat box on the side and all of that stuff. So I think it's really catered for that, but I don't know if it's really that great for YouTube. I feel like YouTube, it's always like this. You always have just yourself talking. Maybe if I do a full, like, for next stream, if I use Streamlabs, I should do like a black background over this, so whenever someone sends something, I can see it a little bit more clearly. But maybe I'll just stick with this main screen. I think this main screen is a lot nicer. Too many games, not enough time. I have to focus on my craft. Dude, I wrote a tweet yesterday and I said how I talked about how rest is good, but to be honest, anything that came good in my life or any wins I've had in my life required a little bit of pressure and a little bit of stress. And I'm I'm not like big on hustle culture or anything like that, but what I think you need to do is find pockets of time, and not just like time of the week, but you need to dedicate like months to this coding endeavor. And after you've kind of accomplished your goal, then you can rest. But I mean, it's just not sustainable, obviously, to keep doing this the whole like 4 or 5 years of your life. But being able to just really dedicate these pockets of time where you just say no and say yes to coding is going to really help you in the long run. Obviously, take breaks whenever you need to, but yeah. Yeah, actually, I drove back from Boston to New York yesterday, and the traffic was insane on FDR. It's crazy. I think it took about like almost 5 hours to get back home, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll do like 60 seconds for the chat box. Seems like that's ideal. Font size, maybe we'll make that 30. Yeah, done. Too many distractions these days from social media. I'll go too strong. Yeah, dude, get off that TikTok, bros. You guys, you know what you're doing on TikTok, anyways. You're not looking up coding stuff. Gotta gotta change up the schedule. Honestly, it's like it's too distracting. I think my iPhone usage went up like 130% last week, but I was also doing a little bit of research. Sorry, everyone. I wish I had more energy today, but I am so tired from this weekend. Was the travel really got to me, so I'm just kind of tired. But I noticed having seasons, hustle seasons, vacation holiday seasons to working out, not over. Yeah, exactly. You know what's annoying about this chat box now that I'm looking at it? I wish maybe I should make myself smaller and make this chat box bigger. So I'll do that. Can I just widen this? Even if I widen it, it doesn't. It still cuts off. This is not ideal. Let's see. Maybe 25 will do. TikTok too cringe for me to keep it on my phone. I've been thinking about doing like TikTok content, but I realize although I have a YouTube channel, I'm like far from creative. I don't do like I'm not creative enough to like come up with these like funny contents, and that's why I realize like maybe even YouTube isn't for me. And I don't know. I've been in this game. I've been in this game for like 2 years maybe, and I have 2,000 subs, which is good for me. And I don't really try like to compare myself with other people, but it's pretty evident that with YouTube you have to be somewhat creative, somewhat entertaining, and I think a lot of my content, yeah, that could be like entertaining at times, but most of it is really just very information heavy. So I need to I don't know. Maybe I need to have a like a bigger personality and start like yelling and doing all of this crap. But I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to convey that kind of information that way. Yeah, and like yeah, too many coding channels to watch, and yeah, I do. This is something that I think about a lot. It's like, is this even like is YouTube even worth it at my level, right? Because as a software engineer, I make pretty decent money. Like, should I just focus that extra time I have into like Shopify development or something that can make me a side hustle? Because YouTube is what, and maybe I'm making like $50 to $100 a month, which in some regards is pretty cool, but at the same time, it is a lot of time that I'm using on the platform. But ultimately, I don't know. I enjoy being doing something that's not related to coding in some ways, like being able to just record myself and talk to you guys, which is really fun. Yeah, live channels 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I think it's like the same content over and over again. It's like you start dancing, you like meme real hard. Yeah, that's what makes my channel unique. Yeah, true. There's not a lot of channels like mine. I would say only maybe one or two that's pretty very content heavy, and it could be kind of boring. But I don't know. Do a lot of people? Do you think a lot of people go on YouTube for that kind of content? our niche is already pretty small as is, but it looks like it's either like show me a tutorial or your videos are no good, or like sell me a course or your videos are no good. Maybe like this software motivational channel. But if I do software motivational channel, I feel like I need to have more like B-roll and all that stuff, which I'm not like that great in anyways. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the reason why I don't really have that pressure to. It's just, am I using my time wisely outside of work? But it is, yeah, you're right. It is a long game, and I'm not trying to be rich off YouTube. I don't think if it was purely for money, then I probably would be doing something else. I actually met a lot of cool people, met a lot of great people through my subscribers and other content creators. So, no regrets there, and from that point of view. So I don't know, just a lot of things I think about internally. I'm probably gonna delete this video afterwards because it's these are probably just like my own private thoughts. But yeah, like this is YouTube is a grind, man. Not gonna lie, and I don't know. Like I feel like I'm posting good content. It's just not enough people are watching it, and I don't really know if you got to play the game or play the algorithm in a sense of like, should I make a video where I do like day in the life of an Amazon developer so I could at least just get an audience to subscribe, and then I could just show my actual real content. It's like, do I have to play that game? And maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. I thought about doing YouTube, but don't have much. Yeah, I'm the same, honestly. Like it's but in some regards, it's really broken me out of my shell to start a YouTube channel and being able to like talk to people in front of a camera like this. Like I'm saying like so much right now. I'm gonna stop saying it, but if you have any fears of talking in or like public speaking or anything along those lines, I highly recommend you to start a YouTube channel and just start, because this is one of the scariest things that you can do, in my opinion, is to create content, post it on the internet, and then just keep it there. Because in some regards, it feels as though it could be forever. Someone can just download your content and just say, "Hey, I have this video of Tech Rally when he started making YouTube back in 2020," and that is pretty scary to think about, considering the internet can be very, very positive impact, or it could be a very negative impact. It can make or break you. We have like cancel culture. But if you really have any fear of just talking to people or breaking out of your shell, I would say that starting a YouTube channel is probably the best way to overcome it. You even hear stories about Brad Traversy, who has this huge. He's very, very introverted. Doesn't want to talk to people. Claims he doesn't have that many friends. But being able to have a YouTube channel, he was able to just kind of break out of his shell. You occasionally see some of his videos where he doesn't really do like coding tutorials, but he does just gives tips and tricks and advice. So I think if you're able to start one and just talk about anything, I think the lifestyle channels are probably going to be very hard, because unless you're already famous doing a lifestyle channel, like who cares about this random person that doesn't really matter in the internet? You got to provide a little bit of value. So I would say start a YouTube channel. Hey, Hamza, you got a job this Monday, $30 an hour, contract to full time. I don't know what to do. What do you mean? Should you start? Is that your question? Yeah, and that takes practice. A lot of us YouTubers, you know, our recommendation for applying to jobs and all of those things and interviewing and all of that, it kind of revolves around a lot of the technicals, but not enough people go into the soft skills and being able to articulate all of your skills and all of your passion and all of your interests for being a software developer is super hard, especially if it's your first job that you're applying to. There's just a lot of pressure, and sometimes you're going to stumble upon your words. I think I've gotten a lot better at it now that I've gotten the experience. I kind of understand how interviews work, and I try to conserve a lot of my energy to get ready for the technical interview, but also try to make sure I answer the soft skills as well. Yeah, the talking part is good. Yeah, could have a party to celebrate. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do. Is you got this, man? Like, let's go, Hamza. I wasn't sure if it was one of those questions like, should I take it or not, kind of thing. But I took it from a perspective of, hey, good job, man. You did it. Let's go. What kind of role is it? Is it a front end role, back end role? I see. That's what you're asking about. It is low. Don't get me wrong, but it is a contract. Is this your first job? Is this your first role? If anything, just being able to put a position into your LinkedIn and starting that way is a great way to start. I know it's really really hard to swallow your pride and say that, hey, I think I deserve more, but if you haven't really gotten the experience, it's really hard to justify. So in my opinion, while you're doing the job, learning on the job, getting paid, although very not ideal, you should start looking for other roles while you're at it. That way, when recruiters reach out to you, they're going to be like, hey, can you describe your work experience? You could talk about those specific roles. And then afterwards, you could then start applying to other jobs. Just because you accept one role doesn't mean that you can't apply to other roles, right? So take the experience, put it on your LinkedIn, describe what you do in your LinkedIn, optimize it, put it on your resume, and start applying to other jobs or reach out to recruiters and see what you can do from there. But now that you have that stamp of approval through work experience, man, you've gotten past the hardest part. And don't ever feel like you need to stay there forever. I see. So you signed a 3-month contract. Okay. But I am curious, is there something in there that stipulates that you have to stay the whole 3 months? Like, how does that work? All right. And one thing I'm going to do with the chat box for my own sake is keep it on longer because apparently. Can I just, what does always show message do? Let me see. Deal with interview failures is really hard for me. I've been a carpenter for 20 years and I've never had to do any interview for a job. Getting turned down is. So Chad, I'm reading your message now. Have you done multiple interviews? And yeah, I mean, hey, if it makes you feel better, I think I failed about 50 interviews plus in my life while I've been coding. So I've grown some really, really thick skin with interviews. There are moments where I even know during the interview that I'm not gonna get the job. So I tend to just like mess around at that point. Oh, not mess around, but still keep it professional. But at that point, all the stress and anxiety that I have about getting that role, it all just kind of disappears, and I just have fun with it to the best of my abilities, and trying to figure out and learn. Hey, like what type of infrastructure are you guys doing? And at this point, I don't really care about the role because I already know I didn't get it. So, Chad, I would say this is part of life of being a developer. It's gonna come with the territory. You get thick skin, and then you just move on. But I can understand why it feels very, very tough in the beginning because it is not easy. Yeah, I mean, Big B, you gotta it as long as you're learning from it and you understand what might be not going well, then you just gotta practice it. Practice in front of a mirror, try to figure things out, learn from it, and make the best out of it. How's the stream, everyone? By the way, like, is this okay? Do you guys is this not a bad alternative? Because if I can avoid paying $50 a month on StreamYards, I'm definitely gonna do it. Because this, I think Streamlabs yearly subscription was 129, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. So, if you like the video. Who knows if it'll be on, but yeah. Chad, I think 3 months, it's not forever. And if this is your first role, then stick with it, learn from them, and try to make the most out of it. If it makes you feel better, also that I did an internship that was paying me $15 an hour in New York City, and I did that for about 2 months. I don't really talk about it too much, but that experience was not ideal for me either because I just didn't have really good mentors. But if you're able to learn from them and make the most out of it, I definitely would recommend you to do it. It helped me a lot because it was something that was on my resume and that was on my LinkedIn. And it just kind of gave me that boost of I could talk about my experience there, even though it wasn't the most positive. So, yeah, 3 months isn't forever, man. And can you imagine someone like me that paid, well, at my last job before, I was getting probably paid like 70 grand in Austin. And then I paid 12 grand for a coding bootcamp school to get paid $15 an hour as an intern developer. But I didn't like look at it from a purely financial perspective. I said to myself, if I'm able to learn from professional developers, I know that I can get better. So it's just being able to be around other developers will only make you better. Is it delayed? If it's delayed, let me know. It's off a little bit. All right, let me try something. Let me try 1500. Is this better? How does this work? Help me, boys. Is this nice? I can't tell. Let me see my phone. I think it got worse. Wait, 1 second. Wait 1 second. Did it get worse? Wait, guys, I need to know. Is it worse or is it better? More delay was added. Okay, yes. Then let's now. How about now? Is this better? Hello. Huh. All right, if it's fine, then it's fine. I think. Or maybe my computer's just dying from. Oh yeah, maybe I should say a few words, right? What do you guys think? Is it getting better at all? Like I'm not I'm obviously not talking because I'm trying to be like, hey guys, can you give me feedback? But I'm not doing anything. What up, Kelvin? Nice to see ya. Is it just me or does his lip movements not match what he's saying? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure that out right now. All right, one more. I'm gonna try one more thing, and if this doesn't work, then maybe there's something going on here. Maybe I need to do no offset. Originally, I thought I needed offset, but while I'm doing that, you guys can let me know. I'm just gonna read some of these. How's the front end job at Amazon? Very stressful. You think you'll stay for a while? No, I think so. I like it a lot. I'm learning a lot, so I can't complain from there. Um, yeah, nothing too crazy about it, but I'm learning a lot. It's been about 5 months now, and I still feel relatively new at times. But yeah, I'm just trying my best to survive. You know the difference between developer versus engineer? Does engineer role more like software and they will test data? Honestly, I put it in the same category. I interchange it all the time, and I don't really care. I know some people are going to be sticklers for it, but who really cares? Just put whatever title that they give you. You miss Jeff? Yeah, why not? I mean, I know him on a first name basis, apparently. Oh, I'm freaking exhausted though. How would you prepare for a technical interview? It depends. It depends on the job. If you're interviewing at a startup and they're interviewing you for a front end role, look at the job description. See what they're looking for. If they say HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React, I would best believe you should know how to build something in React really quickly under an hour time frame. If they say Vue, then maybe you need to study up Vue a little bit. It just really depends on the type of applicant that they're looking for or the type of role that they're looking for. So uh, it really, I would practice. Wow, I'm so off today, guys. But um, I would know your CSS box models, your very basic fundamentals with CSS and all of that stuff. I think that's a must. And then just really understand how to just solve problems using JavaScript. I think that will be really helpful. Did you work full time and do coding bootcamp? If so, how did you manage your time? I did not work full time, but I did full time coding bootcamp. I didn't do a full time working and then became. Oh, why am I so off today? Yeah, I just did full time coding bootcamp. What computer do you use for coding and YouTube? I just use my MacBook Pro. It's not that I don't think MacBook Pro is that great with Streamlabs, and I think you guys can tell right now I'm like lagging just slightly, and I think it's because my computer is just like buffering at moments. Oh, that's a great question. What happens when you have no clue how to solve the problem? What happens during the interview? Do they just end it? Sometimes. Or you could keep trying to solve it, and because generally it's about 30 minutes that they'll give you to solve a problem, somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes. And there are moments where I didn't know how to solve a problem, and I just kept trying to do it until time ran out, and I said, "Hey, thanks for the interview. I'll see you later," because I knew I wasn't gonna get the job. I have a technical interview at Amazon for a front end role in 2 weeks. Super stressed about it. What advice on acing that interview? I feel like a recruiter should already be giving you all the information that you need. Generally, it's going to be uh, just like those leadership principle questions. They're all public too, so you just have to make sure you follow like the STAR approach when answering those questions. Technically, I would say just know your JavaScript really well, know your HTML, CSS, and get prepared for some system design preparation as well. And what else? I think that's it. And then obviously data structures and algorithms. You should probably know that as well. My MacBook Pro got very hot when running a lot. I'm afraid it's yeah. Honestly, I feel like my MacBook Pro is not surviving very well during these live streams, and that's why I was using StreamYard, because I think a lot of the resources get put onto the browser and their software platform. But with Streamlabs, everything is running through my own MacBook, and maybe I'll buy a laptop. Maybe I'll buy a desktop. Golvarg, nice to see you, friend. It's been a long time. What projects? It's a secret, but I'm on the video advertising team, so pretty excited about that role. Thanks for getting me into Ethereum, bro. Without you, I won't be where I am. Coding and investment wise. How's retiring at 30 euros plus? I'm like, in the beginning I was wondering why. I was like, damn, this guy's not even working as a software engineer anymore. I wonder what he's trying to figure out. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Ethereum and Bitcoin is just at an all-time high. I would retire too. Yeah, man, I'm proud of you too, dude. I think the coding world misses someone like Alex Goldvark. Kelvin, I gotta tell you a story, man. Like this guy, when did I start learning how to code? Like 2015. This is the guy that introduced me to Ethereum and the power of how to build smart contracts. I can't believe it's been already 6 years. But even then, writing like Solidity code was so janky, and I feel like it's gotten a lot better. But still, at that time, it was just so. I was like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" And yeah, I think at that time Ethereum was like at $100, like $80 maybe. I think my first ETH I bought was at like $80. I think I sold it too, unfortunately, but I probably rebought some. Who knows? Thanks. Is leak code or HackerRank? Yeah, I think so. I would definitely. I think I practiced about 30 questions on leak code, a mixture of easy and medium, and then I think I did like 5 hard questions. Is it possible to have investors to go? Yeah, we're in a bull market, man. If you're not up on this bull market, then oh, I'm not sure what to tell you, brother. Hey, I will be the only front end developer in the company. Other guy is leaving on Monday. I'm super scared. It's my first job. That is tough, but try to stick through it. Let's. Oh man, that's a tough one, especially as someone that's new. I could see why you're a little scared, but if anything, just be okay with being uncomfortable and just look up, use Google as your friend and see what you can do, man. I don't know what else to tell you on there, but being the only developer is gonna be a little bit tough. I'll have to admit. But yeah, hopefully you have people that you can talk to to talk about a little bit to solve issues. But who knows? Stack Overflow can be your friend as well. I think I'm gonna do about 15 more minutes, guys. This was not planned to be a very long stream. I just wanted to see if Streamlabs was possible, and it looks like it's doable. Not the most ideal, but yeah. Bull market. Yeah, I mean, Wall Street bets it's a kind of like a gamble, right? I mean, if you got into the AMC or GameStop and then sold at the highs, then good for you. But yeah, I mean, there's always gonna be winners and losers during those pump and dumps. So you gotta be careful. But yeah, Hamza, you just gotta. It's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna suck being the only developer, especially when you don't have any other developers to talk to or anybody with more experience. But really, really try to just breathe, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're gonna have to spend a little bit more hours just trying to solve out things. And the worst case scenario, you still have something on your job title that says that you worked as a software developer, and then you could just transition into something else afterwards. But try to make the most of it. Try to learn a lot, be a sponge, and you know, maybe you have other developers you can talk to outside of work to ask for advice as well. So I wouldn't be super stressed about it. In some regards, you're still in a lucky position because you do have a role. So try to see from the positive perspective, and good luck to you on Monday. Can you ask your tech interview to look up something during the interview if you're stuck? Yeah, why not? If they say no, then you say, all right, I guess I can't look it up. It I've always been a fan of just asking for things. If they say no, then you just adjust to whatever they say, right? So I'm always gonna be more proactive than inactive during coding interviews. So I'm always constantly talking to my interviewer, saying like, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I actually don't know how to do this specific thing, but I know I need to look it up because I don't really remember the exact syntax. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it." And if they go, I don't really ask. I just I just do it. And if they say something, then I'll be like, okay, I won't do it. Then I'll try it some other way. If anything, like I said, being more proactive during the interviews is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, no, you can't. Maybe once or twice. I don't really remember. It's been a while since that really ever happened to me. No, I think I was just really confident about it. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna look this up because I don't remember the syntax. And they're like, oh, okay, no problem. As long as I think it's because I layered it with what I was trying to do, and they understood that okay, this guy gets it. He just doesn't remember the syntax, which is great. This is not like with these interviews. You have to make it in a way where it's not about them interviewing on your syntax, but them interviewing you on what you know and like how you're trying to solve it, right? So if they're gonna ding you on syntax, then maybe you don't even want to work there because that's like the stupidest reason why you don't get the job. Like if you explain to them that, hey, I'm trying to loop over this, but I'm trying to loop over it and also filter based on a certain parameter, but I don't remember the exact syntax on how the filter function works. Can I look this up? And if they most likely say yes. Any books you recommend in general, not code related? Man, I wish I was one of those like more book heavy people that really that really took time out of their schedule to read books, but I do not read a lot of books. But I'm going to try to get into it the second half of this year because I do have a Kindle and I feel like there's a lot of great content out there that I could just absorb through books. I don't know. I'm a big fan of just looking up articles and reading online. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's all about like efficiency, and but I think I'm gonna start reading some more books. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know because maybe I'll read those. Cool. Has the stream gotten better? Is there still a lag? I completely removed the offset, so now it's 0. Originally, I thought there was a little bit of a delay, so I adjusted it, but maybe doing the adjustment actually made it worse. So please let me know if there is any delay. Otherwise, we're going to make more of these streams, y'all. Also, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it completely yet or if I'm going to completely transition, but follow my Twitch channel, Tech Rally. I haven't made any content on there yet, but if enough people care, maybe I'll do more live streaming on Twitch and keep YouTube mostly for just posting videos. Think and Grow Rich is a great book. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich is a good book, but I heard a lot of those stories weren't actually true. So I don't know how valid it is, but from a pure just learning perspective, I think it provided a lot of it provides a lot of value. Another book actually that is pretty good. I actually haven't read Atomic Habits, but I heard good things about it. One of the books I actually really liked. Hey, new follower, let's go. Is this how it works? But thank you, Big B. One book that I really enjoyed reading, and but I didn't finish it because I got what I need to get out of it, was The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And you could finish the rest of the statement there. But reading that book really put into perspective about what really mattered in my life. And I think this happens to a lot of younger people as they get older, but they only realize it as they get older. But the younger generation, they tend to care too much about everything. Like care about being liked, care about being popular, care about being rich, care about having the just know who do you know, like making sure you're the best. All of these things, it's just noise. And reading that book really brought it gave me a lot of perspective of just caring about things that really matter, because if you care about too many things, you really don't have anything to fall back on in terms of like what accomplishments have you made in your life. And if you care about so many other things, those are all distractions from whatever your actual goals are. So even with my YouTube channel, I started caring less about other things. Like I have a very small group of friends, but those are the group of friends that I really treasure, because those are the people that keep me grounded. And all the other friends or acquaintances that I meet, I'm respectful, but at the same time, I have no desire to impress them. It's just like I know what I want and I stay focused. Damn, I'm such a bad salesman. Like I'm not good with my words today, everyone. So thanks for bearing with me. I'm a little rusty. I ain't got that coding phase motivation right now. The Great Resignation. Is that the one where people are like leaving work because they're required to go into the office? If that is the case, or if that's what you're referring to, I mean, to each their own. If you can afford it, go do it. But not everyone can afford to do it, right? And as someone that's a software developer that really embraces work from home culture, I personally like having a lot of balance. So I hate repetitive like activities. So I hated going into the same subway and going to the same office just to sit in the same desk every single day. I wanted some variety in my life. So there are moments where I do actually enjoy like going into the office and talking to my coworkers, bouncing off ideas. But there are times where I just need to stay home and not talk to anybody. But there are times when I want to go to a coffee shop. It just really depends on my mood. But having that flexibility is what I really prefer. How do you stay motivated through the highs and lows? Discipline? Yeah, I mean, it's just as funny as that sounds, like it really is true, because motivation is what it is. It's going to be high and low motivation. But what is always going to stay kind of constant is your discipline and knowing what your goal is. And even with this YouTube thing, like I knew what my goal was, and there are days where I just really didn't want to make a video. I actually don't like making videos because it requires me to edit. And I think I hate editing more than I hate recording. But all of those things I actually don't really enjoy doing. But it is what it is. And like this is part of the game with YouTube. And that's how I stay motivated, because I ultimately know what my goals are. And I think one thing that I recommend for people that have like lofty goals but never accomplish them, is to have very small micro goals. Like with my YouTube channel, I never said I want to have like 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. I just said I want to hit monetization. Eventually, when you have these small micro goals, you can actually accomplish these bigger goals. But if you keep trying to say like I want to be a developer that makes $150,000 a year, and you haven't even had your first job yet, then how will you ever get to that spot? Like it's good to have these like large goals, but try to have these small like micro goals along the way. That way you could say like, I want to be that developer that makes 150K a year, but how do I get to that point? Okay, I want to be able to build a cornerstone project that will get me my first job, and my first job will be 80,000 a year. I want to work at this company for a year and a half or two, and my next company I expect to make $120,000 because during those 2 years I'm going to work my butt off. I'll contribute to my company, but I'm also going to be learning on the side. That way I make myself more marketable. Boom, 120K. Then I'm going to work at this company for a year and a half, do more stuff, blah, 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 get to 150K. Like, you need to have like steps to get to where you want to be. Otherwise, you can't just go from A to Z without a plan. So like, I like to plan out my goals, and eventually, like, even when with my course stuff, like if I want to build a course, what do I need to do to get there? First, I need to do some research. Well, now I do my research. Now I need to package it up. Like, what do I want to talk about specifically? And like all of these things are layers to get to where I want to be. And that's been really helpful for me. My biggest problem is generally like I don't really set these big goals. So sometimes when I accomplish these micro goals, I don't know what to do next. And I think that's why sometimes you need to have a mixture of both. You can't just do one or the other. Great resignation is across all fields and formula expected to resign. Yeah, like I said, I mean, whatever makes you comfortable. If you want to work from home and you have the leverage to do it, go for it. But I think it's a little over dramatic, to be honest. You do what's comfortable for you and do what's best for your family, do what's best for you and your friends, and great for you. Like, I don't think it should be a mandate that everybody needs to work from home or everybody needs to go into the office. If a company is forcing you to come to the office and you feel like you are more productive at home and you can find another company that's willing to pay you and keep you at home, then do it. Sorry, just charging my phone. Knowing your goal and then knowing that when you are not working towards it, you will not achieve your goals. Yeah, exactly. Sub hologram. It took me 1 year to learn and get the job. Dude, that's pretty crazy. I'm really impressed. Good job. So for anybody that's coming in late, I am actually testing out Streamlabs and answering questions and being very, very, what do I say? I'm a little rusty in terms of doing these live streams because it's been a while. So thank you for bearing with me. Probably going to stay on for a few more minutes to answer any questions. So please let me know if you have any. But thanks for giving me the feedback. It looks like occasionally it does do some kind of lag in between, which is not ideal. So I'm going to think about this and see if I want to keep this. But if you guys like this, I'll definitely... Well, I actually bought a 1 year subscription anyway, so it looks like I want to keep this anyway, regardless. But if you prefer the other live stream with StreamYards, let me know. Either way, yeah, I mean, I'm going to see what we can do with this. I might need to get a new computer to handle Streamlabs, and maybe I'll do more like Twitch streaming that way. But thanks for coming on. Honestly, this is super great. And if you guys have notifications on, I'm sorry, because I'm pretty sure I posted like 4 or 5 videos just testing it out. And yeah. Have there been interviews where it's just talking, no tech, and asking you about like what's capturing and bubbling in JavaScript? Is that stuff you need to know? I think if you're interviewing for a CTO role or some kind of director position for engineering, it's going to be more talking than doing engineering problems or technical questions. But you have to understand that if it's an individual contributor role, you're going to be tested on some type of technical question or some type of coding question. And if they don't, then you got to be a little bit careful about what that company is doing, because I don't really know what that means. Like, why aren't they testing you? Yeah, what is that top right box for? Let's see. Obviously, you could tell that I didn't make this. Like, I'm just using a template. Huh. I don't think it does anything. I think it's just part of the background, actually. Yeah, it is. Maybe I could extend this, but that doesn't look good either. Yeah, it's just part of the background. Maybe I could put my Tech Rally logo here on the top right. I'll do that. Not that it really makes a difference. But yeah, to answer your question, Nonpack, I would say it's a red flag if a company isn't asking you coding questions, because why are they hiring you in the first place? Based on what? Just a few coding trivia questions that you can potentially answer. Yeah, I would tread lightly on that one. But yeah, anyways, everyone, thank you for coming. What is the origin? Shoot, Billy Rodriguez just coming up with these gem of questions. What's the origins of the Tech Rally name? That's true. What a great question. So, originally, I didn't want my channel to be just a coding channel. And I was doing more coding tutorials, but like if I ever wanted to transition into something else, I didn't want it to be niched into just coding, right? So that's why I kept it generic with tech. And then back in New York, one of my friends would always just be like, "Are you ready to rally? Are you ready to rally?" And it's this chick, and she would always go, "Are you ready to rally?" And that means like go out and party basically. So I was just kind of like combining the two words together, like let's rally and talk about tech. And this is kind of how it came up to be. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, everyone, thank you for coming on, and I'm gonna probably rewatch the stream. If there are some laggy moments or pockets of time where I'm just not being very like in sync with the voice in the video, I might not use Streamlabs. But either way, thanks for coming on, and really appreciate everyone coming on for this Sunday stream. I'll see you all later.